could help you make that dream a reality.
Program we mentioned about being Christians, and as Christians we read the Bible for our personal growth. Pero alam niyo po ba na pwede din nating basahin ang Biblia para naman sa growth and development ng ating mga negosyo? Let's watch this. So Dave, you wrote a book, How to Run Your Business by the Book.
Yes.
How do you run a business by the book? And first of all, what is the book?
The book that I based this book on was the Bible, how to take biblical principles and apply it in real-world situations today. Everything from holding people accountable, to setting clear vision, to building a great character, to managing your money. The Bible says so much about that, but it's also very applicable to business. So I took those principles and put them in a business book.
See, that's very interesting. But, you know, the Bible, it was written many eons ago.
Yes.
And, of course, we know that it's still universal. We can still apply the same teachings when it comes to our personal lives, but business-wise, that's something new.
You know, it's interesting because if you look at leadership principles today, there really aren't new leadership principles. There's old, new takes on old things, and some of the best leadership principles ever written are there in the Bible, and people just ignore them. They maybe read the Bible to find out how to be a better person, but not how to run a better business.
Right.
And there's so much wealth of knowledge there that we can take and use.
And one of those things is forgiveness. We always come across stories of forgiveness in the Bible. We say it in our prayers, forgive others as we forgive ourselves and stuff like that. But how do you let go of grievances? How do you forgive in terms of business? And how does it help?
You know, I wrote a chapter in the book called How to Build a Rock-Solid Character. And I give 5 steps for doing it. And the 5th one is to reconcile and forgive immediately. And here's why I talk about forgiveness in a business sense. Sometimes somebody does something bad to us in business, and we hold it against them. We nurse a grudge. Maybe they steal credit from us, or they pass us over for a promotion, or a competitor does something bad to us. And that becomes the object of our focus, and we keep rehearsing.
How to get even.
Yes. And we rehearse that hurt over again in our heads, in our minds, and we start to lose power in the present because we're so attached to something we can't control. So failing to forgive is a distraction. It depletes you, it drains you, it weakens you. So I talk about let it go. Let it go and move on and focus on the things that you can do something about.
Okay, letting go of business grievances. How do we do that? You mentioned forgiveness. What else?
You know, forgiving somebody is often misunderstood. Forgiveness doesn't mean freedom from consequences. It doesn't mean what somebody did to you is okay and that they could do it again.
Right.
Forgiveness means you stop feeling bitter and resentful about it, all right? You release it, and you start focusing more on what's in front of you. It doesn't mean that it's okay. It doesn't mean do it again. It just means, you know what, I'm letting this go so I can move on.
What if somebody dupes you, okay, in business, and you've forgiven and you've moved on, and months later, years later, the same person comes to you and asks for a favor, asks for a business partnership, or what do? You've forgiven the person, but what do you do?
You know, if it was a character issue that caused this person to hurt me, I'm going to be very reluctant to do business with them again. I may still love the person, but I'm going to hate the performance. I'm going to hate what they did. You see, you have to separate the two.
Right.
And so if it was a character issue that caused them to hurt me, I'm going to beware of doing business with them again. Now, if it was a skill issue, maybe they were just not very good at something, and over time they improved, and now they can do it better. That's one thing. But the truth is, people don't change their character normally that much. And if they were once bad and rotten and did something that way, I'm going to keep them at arm's length down the road. Again, forgiveness doesn't mean it's okay. Come beat me up again. It means I learned from it. I'm not going to hold it against you. I'm moving on, and you should move on too.
Wow, very interesting. Any more points you'd like to add in terms of letting go of business grievances?
Think about this. If a poisonous snake bites you, you have 2 choices. You can chase the snake, or you can remove the venom. If you chase the snake and try to get even with it, you know, and rehearse it over and over again in your mind, the poison actually spreads quicker. And you're not likely to catch the snake, but you're going to kill yourself. If something bad has happened to you, stop chasing the snake and remove the venom. And do it for yourself. See, when you forgive, it's not really so much about you're doing it for that person, you're doing it for yourself.
Exactly.
And that makes it easier to do it.
For your peace of mind. And
Yes.
that makes a lot of sense. Tell us where we can get this book.
You can get How to Run Your Business by the book in all the bookstores. You can get it online at Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, or on our website, which is LearnToLead.com.
And even if you don't have your own business, you can use the principles in your relationships at the workplace.
There's a lot in there about balancing your life at home, managing your boss. You know, how do you manage your boss?
Exactly.
Managing your money, principles for any aspect of your life.
All right. Well, thank you so much for writing this book. This is the 10th book, and we're looking forward to more books from you next time you come back and talk to us again.
Thank you, Janelle.
More power to you, Dave Anderson.
Thank you.
Ang Kababayan LA ay hatid sa inyo ng McDonald's at ng bagong McCafe Espresso Drinks. McDonald's na ba ang inyong bagong coffee house? Ang mga bagong McCafe Espresso Drinks ay mabilis, masarap at mas mura pa kahit saan, kahit kailan.